Well, happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. I'm your host, Dr. Aaron Ernst, and man alive, do I love the fact that you are here today. What a beautiful Saturday. We're getting into that fall weather, aren't we, where it's nice and cool in the morning, and it's hot in the afternoon, cool in the evening. We love it. So today is Saturday, September 26th. Look, I've been up since 4:30 a.m. because we had another Rockstar webinar today. What a beautiful opportunity. If you're just tuning in for the first time ever to our show, I want to give you a little bit of background. I'm a holistic practitioner. I do functional medicine. We do chiropractic, physiotherapy, nutritional coaching, detoxification, chelation, cellular regeneration, all kinds of fun things that are using alternative health techniques. The intent is for you to heal yourself. Take control of your health condition, become your own doctor, and heal thyself. So the webinar I did today was just on that. The 3 secrets that will unlock your self-healing power. You can break diabetes in 90 days. You can crush thyroid issues in 6 months. You could lose 30 pounds in a month if you become your own doctor. So if you missed it, oh my God, if you missed it, okay? I got to separate you guys from those who are registering for the new one, which is on Saturday, October 3rd, from those of you who are saying, please let me watch the replay. So do this, facebook.com/AskDrErnst, AskDrErnst, easy to spell, simple to get to. And that's where our live stream is on our camera. We're also doing YouTube and Twitter and what's the other one? Instagram, Pinterest. I don't know if it allows a stream, we're streaming to it. But if you want to get access for free to the replay from today's event, hit us up on a DM, direct message through Facebook. And we just need your name and your email address and your phone number, and then boom, we'll send it straight to you. And let me just give a shout out because it was so incredible. We're doing round, Trace 3 trio, the 3rd set. I don't know how to call it. Would be if we do part 2, but part 3, a repeat for those of you to be live. Why should you watch the live one? Because I'll come custom to your health information. We had people on today saying, I want to get rid of diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, psoriasis. One lady said she had scleroderma, so we just did it directly. Here's how you fix those conditions. So if you have something wrong with your health that you don't like, a spare tire you want gone, energy you want back, better vision or clarity, or stop the ringing in your ears, the tinnitus. If you want to make the headaches go away, if you want your life back, simple, 704-906-2094. That is our call line all during the show today. And if you're afraid to speak to a human being for whatever reason, just text us your name and your email, 704-906-2094. Hey, the topic of the hour today is better living through chemistry. And I don't mean to say that we're going to chemically make you over and make you a chemical bomb, thus looking, smelling, and acting better. We're talking about how to clean the chemistry of your body so that you have better life and better living. And I want to talk today about the 8 most commonly toxic ingredients in your home, and then those 8 have 12 specific carcinogenic / precancerous / that is carcinogenic, pre-diabetic, pre-heart disease, pre-death chemicals and contaminants. So I know it's a lot of numbers. 12 of the most toxic chemicals and contaminants found in the 8 most common products that you use. What's the deal with the numbers? I don't know. My team came together and said, hey, let's do a show on how to find out if what you're putting on your body is toxic. So we're going to talk today about the big boys. Ready? The most toxic of them all. Air fresheners and candles. All the stuff you're trying to hide the funk with. Okay, think of it this way. The flies are attracted to the trash not because they just happen to be there. They like the stench and the smell of death. So do rats and everything else. So if you want to get rid of flies and rats, just get rid of the trash. Don't go in and spray it with perfume and make the trash smell like flowers. Maybe it works temporarily, but my God, that's the wrong approach. Yeah, we do that, don't we? We have high blood sugar. What do? We throw chemicals at it. We have high blood pressure. What do? We throw chemicals at it. We try to make it smell better. We try to make it look better instead of getting rid of the trash. Okay, so big show today. Buckle in. Air fresheners. We got to get rid of them. Plastic water bottles. We got to talk about that. Insecticides that you use around your house. You know, some of you are still out there pumping Roundup on your grass. Shame on you. It causes cancer. Flea and tick products for your dogs. Extremely toxic. And guess what? You're petting your dog or your cat or whatever you got, and it gets into you. Mothballs. I don't think people really use these things anymore, but you know what? I went camping this weekend, and we saw mothballs all over the place. I thought these things had been dead for years, but I guess people still use them. How about this? The things you clean your kitchen with. Oven cleaners, soaps, countertop cleansers, the Clorox wipes, all that stuff. And here's the big one. In the kitchen, the most toxic place is actually your dishwasher, because you guys put those little pods in there that are full of junk, and boom, it's like a toxic bomb. The moment you open it and all the steam comes out, what happens? You breathe it in, and it's dangerous. Dryer sheets and laundry detergents. If you're putting the Snuggles and the fabric softeners and all that stuff to make your clothes smell good, your clothes should smell fine. If they smell like BO and waste, it's because you're toxic and they're absorbing all those chemicals. So we got to get them off. Glass cleaners, all the sprays, the Windex, the 409s, and all that stuff. Guys, the things you put on your body intentionally or accidentally are interfering with your chemistry, and that interferes with your living, your health, and your healing. So we often see people say, well, I've got high blood pressure. What do I do? I tried the meds and they're not working. Well, you might need to get rid of all the junk in your house and let your body become detoxed. High sugars, high cholesterol. You got an issue with, whatever. Massive headaches that seem to come and go no matter what. If you leave your house and you feel better, like on a vacation, you're like, oh man, I just really needed to rest. Hey, maybe it's just you got a toxic house that you got out of and your body's like, finally, thank you. So let's talk about how to clean that house, how to clean your body so you can have better living through chemistry. And guess what? Commercial's on its way. It's pouncing. I can see it in the corner. It's about to grab into us. So do this right now. 704-906-2094. Pick up the phone and call to register for my next self-healing webinar. It's on Saturday, October 3rd, 10 a.m. in the comfort of your own home, and it's free. I'm going to take your condition, and I'm going to help you to heal from it naturally so you can be your own doctor. 704-906-2094. Call it or text your name and email. It's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Better living through chemistry, cleaning your body in your home. We'll be right back.
People are the heart of Jordan Essentials, and our products are the cornerstone. 100% of the population needs skincare in some shape or form, and of course there's a lot to choose from. So what makes Jordan Essentials different? We often like to say it's what we don't put in our products. We avoid harmful chemicals and pack our products with natural, botanical, beneficial solutions for you and your family.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. I'm your host, Dr. Aaron Ernst. Hey, it's the show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you can be set free from your health problems when you become your own doctor. We talked at the top of the hour about how today's topic is better living through chemistry. Question mark. Is it? Is it better living through chemistry? Medicine and conventional physicians want you to believe that you need to chemically change your body to be better alive, better living through chemistry. The more drugs you take, the better you are, apparently. And it flies in the face of conventional wisdom, because most people would say, hey, Dr. Ernst, I don't know about you, but I never woke up one day saying, I can't wait to be on 10 meds, ever. Okay, it wasn't a dream of mine to have to require a pill every morning to keep my blood pressure this, or my sugars that, or my triglycerides this. So is it really better living through chemistry? I'm going to propose a challenge to you and say, no, the more chemistry we have, the worse our living becomes. The more toxic we become, the more chemicals we have in our body. Medications are certainly toxic. If you don't believe me, just do this, okay? Instead of taking your blood pressure pill every day for 30 days, That's a lot of work. You got to remember every morning at a specific time or every night. I mean, what if you forget? What if you missed a dose? Just take all 30 right now. You'll be okay. Just all 30. You're covered for a whole month. You're fine, right? No, you wouldn't even survive through probably the 17th capsule. By the time you hit 17, I guarantee you, you're going to be in convulsions on the floor. They're going to have to call the paramedics. They're going to have to pump your stomach. They're going to have to use charcoal because they're going to say you had a toxic overdose. You took too much. Well, how is that any different than if you take 30 at the end of the month? It's a slow poisoning, a slow death, right? We can drink small amounts of chlorine in our water. No big deal, apparently. I'm putting air quotes up because it is a big deal, okay? Oh, there's no big deal with a half a part of million per billion or whatever of chlorine in the water. Yeah, but go drink some bleach and let's see what happens. You would never do that. But yet you guys drink bleach daily. You bathe in it daily, and after 40 years, when you've had the equivalent of a gallon of bleach, the effect is the same. It causes damage slowly over time. Yes, it's lower concentration. I'm going to get nasty emails. Oh, everything is safe in small doses. Really, cocaine is good in a small dose? I don't think so. Right? Marijuana, small dose? Nope. Heroin? No. What about like some big heavy hitters? I just take a tiny bit of OxyContin, Dr. Ernst. It's not a big deal. Every day I just need a half a pill. Big problem, guys. Chemistry is not making our lives better. If anything, all the chemicals are making it worse. We talked at the top of the hour. There are 8 products that you have to change immediately in your house if you want to be well for your life. And there's 12 different chemical contaminants that are in groups I'm going to explain to you today. And don't forget, we had a lot of calls during the commercial break. Yes, I'm hosting a webinar in 2 weeks. It's on the 3rd of October. It's 10 a.m. in the morning. It's free. And all you have to do is text your name and your email or call 704-906-2094. The number again, 704-906-2094. And that will get you registered for the live event. And if you missed the one we did today, oh my God, it was amazing, then you can direct message us through facebook.com/AskDrErnst, and we'll send you the replay link that you can watch. Again, it's free to do the replay. And we have the new one coming up on the 3rd. Okay, so what are these big hitters and what are they doing to our bodies? Okay, well, first, air fresheners and candles, big problem, right? I talked at the top of the hour. Not only are they loaded with artificial fragrances, but a lot of them have what are called phthalates, Phthalates, phthalates. And those are linked directly to cancer and infertility. So if you walk into a house and you see 30 air wicks plugged in, you should think, oh my God, this house is breeding cancer. Okay, same thing with candles. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about the soy candles, Dr. Ernst? They're flameless and, whatever. It's still the fragrance. And a lot of basic candles that come from Bath & Body Works and those kind of places, your cinnamon spice, pumpkin latte, Christmas smells. Those are all chemicals to make your brain smell that. And to say, oh, I associate this odor with vanilla when there's no vanilla around. Oh, it smells like a Christmas tree in here when there's no Christmas tree. Chemicals. Okay, so what do you want to use instead of an air freshener that you plug in the wall? Well, hopefully you realize your brain can smell scents that are floating in the air. So let's use real scents. Essential oils are by far the easiest and the best way to deodorize a home. You can also open your windows and just let the natural air in and let the nature smell come in. You can use things like sage and Palo Santo, incense, to give a smell to the room. And I like essential oils because not only do they smell really good, but many of them have medicinal properties. So why not, if you're stressed out, put a little clary sage in the air? It's a distressor. If you need some healing, man, frankincense, phenomenal. Not only does it smell really good, but it can be an anti-inflammatory and a detoxificant. So I would say let's go for that. So we got to get rid of the air-hiding smells, all right? And my God, definitely do not use, what is it called, Febreze? Those odor-trapping things where they say you spray it in the air and it grabs the bacteria because the bacteria make your house smell bad. No. Bacteria don't generally float around in the air and fart and make smells that you smell. Okay, they don't do that. That's a ploy to get you to buy it, making you think it's an antibacterial cleansing spray. That's just pure chemicals in a box or a bag that you're spraying all over the place. Can it hide smells? Sure, but it's chemicals. Okay, listen, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but plastic is everywhere, okay? Even, my God, like all the water bottles, right? Fiji and Smart and all the bottles, right? You've even got a Smart water bottle, right? So be careful. Drink it quickly. Plastic water bottles contain endocrine disrupting molecules that are known to cause neurological damage. They create cancer, and for more than likely, they cause hormone shifts in men and women such that children enter puberty too early. Adults end up loaded with acne and hormone problems and stuff, and we would never, ever, ever think to equate it to the plastic bottles that we use. So what do we use instead? Hopefully this is real simple. Stainless steel. Okay, so like I have a hydro flask, not just for coffee, but also for water and whatever else I'm drinking. Stainless steel, BPA-free lid, which we'll talk about in a moment. Or you could use a glass bottle. Okay, Voss is quite famous for being a water that comes in a glass bottle, but yet that company sold out their souls to the devil because they now have plastic Voss bottles. So glass is a great alternative. You can also do silicone if you need, and it helps to protect, the shattering and stuff like that. So there's nothing wrong with a glass bottle that's got a silicone wrapper around it, or just a solid stainless steel, internal stainless, not plastic, internal stainless, hydro flask, Yeti, Arctic, whatever the brands are that you can use. Much, much better for your health. Okay, please tell me you're not going around spraying insecticides and herbicides and pesticides around your house. My God, especially like the last thing you should be doing is wasp sprays and bee sprays and all that stuff. The chemicals that they use in a lot of insecticides, when inhaled, go into your bloodstream and they get stuck in your colon. And in the colon, they cause damage to the bacteria. They disrupt the microbiome. They cause a gut leak. And they create a massive amount of gut-brain dysfunction. We often see people who get tested loaded with insecticides and pesticides and herbicides. Roundup is by far the most dangerous of them all. Not only did a recent jury trial find out that it actually creates cancer if you use it regularly, but this stuff is a major disruptor of hormones in the human body. And Roundup is found on all grains, most vegetables and fruits that are non-organic, and in your garage. So go get rid of it as fast as you can and stop spraying it around your house. Okay, but what do we use instead? Well, there's a lot of do-it-yourself recipes, on our website, AskDrErnest.com, and on the internet. Just type in DIY, right, do-it-yourself insecticides, and you'll find that most of them are essentially essential oils mixed with some sort of natural oil-based soap. Castile or Bronner's or some sort of a oil-based soap, castor oil-based soap, with some sort of an essential oil. Orange is good for insects. You can use oregano. You can use thyme. You can use peppermint and wintergreen. And, there's millions. Melaleuca. Just find a DIY recipe for an insecticide, pesticides, herbicides. A really good alternative to Roundup is just simply water and vinegar and a little bit of salt. And you can put it in your same little pumper thingy and spray it just like you normally do. And it kills weeds, but it also kills everything else. So remember, this is a weed killer that you have to apply directly. There are organic versions of weed killers and things online. So if you're looking for something, Google is your best friend, right? Non-toxic, organic, non-GMO alternative to Roundup. I guarantee you some company is making a product that is okay to drink, but will also kill your weeds. Look, if you have pets, we really have to talk. All those flea and tick products. If you ever think about something that you apply once a year, all at once, and you got to part the C's of their skin, right, their hair, to go and put that stuff. I don't know about you, but when I had a dog, it used to squirm and run away like I was pouring acid on his back. But it's for fleas and ticks. Well, guess what? They contain what are called OPs. It's a long abbreviation for a word I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but it's an OP, and what are called carbamates, which not only damage your nervous system, but can cause damage to your pets. Children are especially sensitive to OPs and carbamates. So if you're looking for a better flea and tick substitute, it's going to sound weird, but all you have to do is get a spray can of coconut oil. And you part their C's of their hair on their skin, part it, and you massage their skin with coconut oil. And you want to use about a teaspoon's worth for every 20 pounds of your animal. And guess what? It's naturally antiviral, antiparasitic, antibacterial, anti-flea, antifungal, anti-this, anti-that. Coconut oil is kind of like God's anti-everything oil. It's anti-disease, so you should be eating it on a regular basis. We have a bunch more to talk about, but I need to just take a small break because A, the call lines have quieted down for some reason. So I'm going to do a little shout out. Two things. I'm hosting a live webinar on Saturday, October 3rd. If you're listening to my voice and you want to heal from something naturally, you want to find what's causing your condition and you be the one to resolve it, then why don't you join me for this webinar? It's free. All you have to do is send us your name and your email, and we'll send you free tickets to the event. It's live on Saturday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. You just open a computer, tablet, or your phone. You click the link we text you. Boom, I'll be on your screen, and we're going to talk through your condition and what you need to do to fix it, okay? There's 3 secrets to turn on self-healing in your body. These are the 3 that I use in my clinic here in Charlotte. This is what I do when I virtually coach with people all over the world. And I want you, if you're willing, to become healthier. Okay, what's the cost? Nada. What's the involvement? Just about an hour and a half of your time, okay? You can do this. It's not that hard. 704-906-2094. Call it or text it, and when you text, it's just your name and your email. So again, 704-906-2094. When we come back, listen, we're talking about better living through chemistry. The show's topic is how to clean your body out, replacing the products that you're using every day that's interfering with your chemistry, which is interfering with your health. If you struggle with anything, high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, MS, Parkinson's, psoriasis, you name it, you can heal yourself when you apply the principles I teach today and on that webinar. Last chance offer before the commercials come, 704-906-2094. The number again, 704-906-2094. It's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Do not go away. The best is yet to come. We'll be right back.
So this is the difference between biodynamic and conventional farming. Let's look at the difference in vineyards here. You have very green grass and herbs and life growing, and then dead soil over here. So this is a conventional vineyard where they spray pesticides, they use a lot of tractors to pull up the soil. This soil is dead, it's dry. There's no life. This is Klaus's vineyard. It's farmed biodynamically. Everything is picked by hand and they don't use any chemicals. So there's life, there's green grass, everything grows. This is the big disparity between conventional farming and biodynamic farming, and you can see it perfectly side by side. We prefer this wine, of course, because this wine is dead. There's nothing living in it.
Here's a secret your grocery store does not want you to know. At ThriveMarket.com, get up to 50% off all your organic groceries, delivered to your door for free. Shop organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, and paleo. And get a free jar of coconut oil. Thrive Market. Wholesome products, wholesale prices. Get your free coconut oil today only at ThriveMarket.com.
Hey, it's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. You're listening to myself, Dr. Aaron Ernst. Today we are discussing the conversation about not only just shedding pounds and losing weight, but becoming set free when we come to your health from whatever it is you're dealing with. You know, I had some people direct message over the last commercial break asking, what about this condition, Dr. Ernst? Can you assist me with that process? Okay, listen, as a health coach, I can help you with anything from nail fungus all the way up to cancer. But I want to be very clear in my statement with this. I'm not an oncologist. I'm not a medical doctor. I am not a gastroenterologist, a cardiologist. I'm neither an ologist. No ologists. Okay, I have doctoral degrees in chiropractic, in pastoral medical services, which means I'm a health coach. I can teach you how to heal yourself. I'm certified and licensed as a functional practitioner. We do physiotherapies, we do rehabilitation techniques, regenerative techniques, and things to this effect so that you can become your own doctor. We can run urine, blood, saliva, stool, you name it. If there's a fluid in your body, we can test it. And the purpose is to find out what's interfering with your healing. And I had some people ask, again, direct message over the last commercial break, is there a way to check my body for these contaminants? You know, the endocrine disruptors or the insecticides or the carbamates and all this stuff. Yes, there is. It's a toxicity profile. We run them on all of our patients. What I like about it is it shows the amount of pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, toxic metals, etc. in your body. So if you're listening to my voice and you're looking for someone who can get you out of the medical world, pluck, and put you into a functional world, plop, then that's what we do. So you can still have a provider coach you and help you. The difference is I don't write medications and give them to you and say, be on your merry way. We say, hey, do this, do that, eat this, don't eat that, take this, don't take that. But it's supplements and herbs and vitamins and nutrients and enzymes and cofactors and chelators. There's so many things available today that most of you didn't even know existed. I had a patient last week who said, hey, I didn't even know I was toxic with that. It was metals, heavy metals, lead, mercury, and barium. And she went, well, how do I get rid of it? And I'm like, so we just use a chelator that can attach all three. It's called EDTA, and here's where you go buy it. Well, I don't have to buy it from you, Dr. Ernst? No, you go online and buy it for yourself. Well, how do I take it? Okay, then let me coach you through that. Say you need to do this and this and that and that and this. How often should I be retested? Well, every 90 days. It's a good idea. So you go do that for 90 days, and let's get the retest done. Where do I get the retest? Well, you get it through the clinic. We'll order it for you. Well, what am I supposed to do? Follow the program. Eat this way, don't eat this, take your suppositories, do this product, use the EDTA, and guess what happened in 4 months? All the metals were gone, and her health issue, which was chronic issues with diabetes, disappeared. So did she actually have diabetes? I'll let you answer that. I think she actually had toxic heavy metal poisoning, which we got rid of, and the diabetes cleared because the body said, now I can heal it. So what happened? She became her own doctor. If you're looking for that to happen for diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, psoriasis, MS, plaques, what else? Alzheimer's, what else? Irritable bowel, what else? Asthma. I mean, think about it. There's a bajillion things most of us deal with. Weight loss resistance, thyroid issues, you name it. You can heal it, but you got to find the cause of your problem. So why do I host webinars every 2 weeks? Just because they're amazing, especially now with the coronavirus. Most people would be freaked out if I said, hey, join 200 people at the Hilton in Charlotte on Saturday. You would go, are you going to wear a mask? No, I'm not going to that. Okay, then guess what? Sit in the comfort of your house. You can be in your pajamas if you want. You don't have to do anything other than just lift your computer up and click on a link, but I have to email you the link. So what do we need? We need your name and your email. How do you do it? 704-906-2094. Guys, it's that simple. Pick up the phone and call. I have an entire call team who's going to say, thanks for calling the Ask Dr. Ernst webinar registration line. Can I have your name, phone number, and email? You give it to them and you're done. It should take you less than a minute. If you don't want to talk to someone, text it. 704-906-2094. We just need your name and your email because your phone number comes through automatically when you text. It's so simple. All right, so we talked about better living through chemistry. Is your life better with more chemicals or less? Yeah, less. Yet we go to our doctors to get more chemicals put into us because we want to live better. Wrong way of thinking. Let me see. The analogy would be the equivalent of, oh, do this. Eat a lot of brownies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and say you want to lose weight. Good luck. It's not going to happen. So don't go to your MD thinking you're going to chemically make yourself better and feel better and be healthier because the more chemicals you have in your body, the sicker you are. We talked at the top of the hour that it's air fresheners, plastic bottles, insecticides, and the flea and tick products that you use on your pets that are the big four. So what are the next runner-ups? I don't know if you use mothballs. A lot of people don't, but maybe you still do. I don't know. It's on the list. Okay, it has something called Wow. Okay, here we go. Can't even do it. Naphthalene. I'm butchering this. Naphthalene. You try to pronounce it and come on this show and do it live. That product is in mothballs, and it can indirectly cause respiratory distress, cancer, and of course, I don't know that you would do this, but if you swallowed a mothball, you would instantly start vomiting and possibly convulsing. So they're extremely toxic. Do they keep the moths away? Sure, but you know that classic smell, right, of like your great-grandmother's house? Yeah, you don't want that. Okay, very, very dangerous. So it's going to seem weird when I say this, but go to the local pharmacy and get some cheesecloth, and then go to the grocery store aisle and get some bay leaves, the ones you cook with, cinnamon sticks, some lavender and rosemary, dried if you can get access to it, and wrap that in the cheesecloth and throw that wherever you're putting the mothballs. I'm telling you, it works just as good. It smells way better, and no moths will be eaten through your clothes. We don't really have that problem so much anymore. I think it was a bigger deal when we used to keep the windows and the doors and stuff open and a house actually breathed. Today, your homes are airtight. They don't breathe at all unless you have a forced air system, which you probably do not have, which brings the air from the outside in through your HVAC unit and then pumps that into your house. Those are really cool, by the way. Really worth getting. Okay, oven cleaners and other countertop cleaners. I don't know if you know this, but most cleaners have carcinogens that actually have been banned by the California Assembly Bill, which I know only applies to California. But you got to think about it. If California says don't use these guys, then maybe you shouldn't use them in North Carolina, okay? Formaldehydes, paraformaldehydes, methylene glycols, quaternarium 15s, mercury, dibutyl diethyl phthalates, isobutyl and isopropanol parabens, the long-chain per- and polyfluoroalkyl, I did practice that one, substances. Now here's that one that I told you about, the OPs. I'm going to do it. I can't do it. Ophenylenediamine. That's pretty close. So you can see all this stuff is in the things you use. So we need to come up with the alternatives. So when I come back from this commercial break, down through the entire alternative list, what to use instead, and some of the methods on how to clean your body out. Hey, it's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Call this number right now, 704-906-2094. You're registering for my October 3rd webinar at 10 a.m. 704-906-2094. We'll be right back.
Greetings, it's Todd, the founder of Dry Farm Wines. The most common question we get from wine drinkers: how is it that your wines are sugar-free? Well, here's the story. Wine grapes are full of sugar at harvest. Sugar is needed for fermentation, where yeast feed on it to transform that sugar into alcohol. The yeast keep eating the sugar until there isn't any left, and the yeast die naturally, which completes fermentation. The result is a dry, sugar-free wine. That's how natural wines we source are made. However, most wines are not made that way. Commercial winemakers often stop fermentation prematurely by adding sulfur dioxide to the wine to kill the yeast, leaving residual sugar behind in their wines. Commercial winemakers do this all the time. We only source and drink fully fermented wines with less than 1 gram per liter of sugar. And statistically, that's sugar-free. And the only way to really know if a wine is sugar-free is to lab test it. And that's why Dry Farm Wines lab test every wine to ensure it is sugar-free.
Here's a secret your grocery store does not want you to know. At ThriveMarket.com, get up to 50% off all your organic groceries delivered to your door for free. Shop organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, and paleo. And get a free jar of coconut oil. Thrive Market. Wholesome products, wholesale prices. Get your free coconut oil today only at ThriveMarket.com.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Hey, it's the show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you can be set free from your health problems when you become your own doctor. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst, and we are finishing our conversation today on the concept of, is better living through chemistry or not? The more chemicals you have in you, are you better? Are you healthier? Are you more active? Are you more vibrant? Are you more alive chemically? Or is it better to have less chemicals in your body? I think it's a pretty straightforward answer, but, the idea is a lot of us understand that, okay? You shouldn't be full of chemicals, yet the first thing we do is we run off to our doctor when we have a problem and we look for chemicals. Yes, medications are chemicals. If you have a headache and you're going, I don't want to go to the doctor, you'll go to your pharmacy, your chemical supplier, Chemco, and you'll go in and you'll look through the long list of over-the-counter chemicals, and you'll say, well, I don't have a problem taking these because, it's going to make me feel better. But guess what? It might cover up your symptoms, but it doesn't fix the problem. It's just like the analogy I gave at the top of the hour. If you got flies all around in your house, you just need to find what's dying or decaying and fix that. Get rid of it. Now, if let's say you found some sort of a putrefied dead mouse under one of your cabinets, and that's why all the flies were there, none of you would say, hey, Johnny, go get the what do you call that stuff? I just lost the name of it. Go get the Febreze and let's spray the dead mouse so it stops stinking so the flies go away. Would you do that? Seriously, would you? Oh, let's go get some mothballs and just pour them all over the thing so the flies and the moths go away. Would you do that? No, you know what you would do? You would, with a shovel probably and some gloves, reach in and pick that thing up and chuckaroo. And then you'd probably clean and sanitize the area. And then what do the flies do? They leave. So remember, rats and flies are attracted to garbage. So is viruses, bacteria, and sickness, illness, and disease. So if you got a lot of junk in your body, just get rid of the junk and then all that stuff leaves. So if you're a chronic sinus allergy infected individual, John, who DM'd us during the break, asking what do you do for chronic allergies, clean the sinuses out and the bacteria will go away forever. How do you clean the sinuses out? A, find out what they're blocked with. Means we got to take a look at the whole mucosal membrane area. We got to look at the nerves that go to the sinuses, and we got to understand that your sinuses are intimately connected to your gut's microbiome, so check your gut to clear your sinuses. Use some nasal sprays that are probiotic, prebiotic nasal sprays, not chemicals, not the Flonase, Afrins, or whatever those things are called. Microbiome nasal sprays. You're physically going to spray healthy bacteria up into the nose. Snort that stuff. It cleans the sinuses out. Make sure your spine is working properly. C2 and C3 cervical nerves go to the nose. So maybe you have a nerve issue causing your sinus issues. Make sure you're not inhaling all those toxic chemicals from air fresheners and candles. Stop using plastic water bottles. Quit spraying your home with insecticides and pesticides. If you have pets, no more flea and tick products on them. Use the coconut oils we talked about earlier. Stop the mothballs. Quit spraying your house with Windex, 409, Pine Sol, this Sol, that Sol, and your allergies will go away. Easy, isn't it? That was some free advice for our direct messaging system that we have available for you on facebook.com/AskDrErnst. And a lot of you registered. Thank you for the webinar over the last commercial break. 14, I think we almost set a record for a commercial break. 14 people called in and said, I'm on that webinar. Give it to me. If you missed that opportunity, we're hosting one on October 3rd. I'm going to take your condition, break it down into the 3 most common interferences that affect that, show you how to test for them, show you how to fix them, and then you can heal yourself from whatever you want. And it's free, 704-906-2094. That's the call line, 704-906-2094. I'm going to keep saying it until I see somebody call. Ready? We can just be here for the next 13 minutes, or you can just call now, 704-906-2094. 704-90, there it goes, 2094. Brilliant. Now, can you text it too? Of course you can. 704-906-2094. Name and email, text, and you're in. Okay, so we talked about air fresheners, toxic, get rid of them. Use the essential oils instead. Diffuse them. They're great. Not only do they smell good, but they have medicinal properties. Plastic water bottles, out they go. They're toxic. They have what are known as endocrine-disrupting chemicals in them. It'll mess up your hormones. Men and women who are adults with bad acne or hormone problems, it's too many plastic water bottles. Get rid of them. No plastic anythings. No plastic food containers. No plastic water bottles. What do we use, Dr. Ernst? How do we store our food? Glass. Okay, it's simple. And if you don't like to touch hot glass, they now make silicone-wrapped containers that you can put in a toaster oven or a regular oven, because don't use microwaves. Those are toxic too. And you can heat them up and grab the silicone. It doesn't burn your skin, and there you go. And you can have silicone glass water bottles. So if you drop the water bottle, you don't have to worry about it breaking because the silicone is a bumper, and they work great. You can also use stainless steel, really good for water containers, coffee containers, etc. Just make sure that those things are not lined with plastic. Okay, they'll be sometimes the cheap ones will be, like this. This is not a cheap one. Hydro flasks, they're pretty good. And as you can see, I've had this thing a long time. Look at all the bangs and the dents. Do we drop stuff? Everybody drops stuff, right? So this thing has been through the washing machine even, and still works. It's still functional. Yeti makes a good one. I think it's called Arctic makes a good one. As long as it's stainless steel on the inside, BPA free for the lid and the lining and stuff like that. We talked about fleas and tick products for your pets, extremely toxic. So you can give your dogs or your cats a little grooming with some coconut oil, and it works. Mothballs, done, get rid of them. Cheesecloth with bay leaves, cedar sticks, cinnamon, lavender, and rosemary work 10 times better, and they smell a lot better. Cleaners, right? So oven cleaners, my God. Think about this, okay? You spray this stuff into your oven, and you just let it sit there, and all of a sudden, ping, it becomes perfectly shiny, even though you didn't get in there with any elbow grease. Toxic chemicals. They are known to carry a tremendous amount of carcinogens and other toxic ingredients that can aggravate your nerve tissues. So instead, a little elbow grease, but some baking soda, vinegar, and some sort of one of those little scrubber sponges, right? Put the baking soda and the vinegar on top of whatever you want to clean it, right? Heat the oven up to about 200 degrees for a couple minutes, then get in there as it cools down and elbow grease that stuff out. It works way better, non-toxic, and it's just as shiny and just as clean. All the sprays and the wipes, hopefully you do not use a Clorox wipe to wipe down your counter and then build a sandwich on top of it. Think about it. All the food is absorbing all the crud you just wiped all over the counter. So you want to use this vinegar and water or a little bit of lemon juice, something like that. Dryer sheets, guys, this is a big deal. I don't know about you, but most people don't like the way their clothes smell, partly because your clothes absorb your smell, and sometimes the regular laundry detergent can't get it out. So what do most of you do? You throw in all these dryer sheets to make them smell fluffy and nice like a forest field or the bottom of a fuzzy teddy bear. I don't know. Whatever you make your clothes smell like. Most of these contain tremendous amounts of carcinogenic and hazardous waste products. The average dryer sheet, listen to this, has 7 hazardous chemicals that are, according to the US EPA, are considered hazardous waste. Just let that sit in for a moment. The average dryer sheet contains 7 chemicals that, according to the US EPA, would be considered hazardous to your health, and they are considered disposable hazard waste chemicals. Yeah, let's just roll those all around in our clothes. No, instead, try this. Go to like a craft store and get a ball of yarn and maybe 2 or 3 of them and throw them into like a pantyhose or a sock that you tie and then run them through the wash a couple times, and then that is your dryer ball. They also make pre-made wool dryer balls which work really, really well, and it can sort of like soften the clothes as the ball is banging around, and you won't scratch anything and you won't cause any damage to your dryer, nor do you cause any chemical overlay to your clothes. If you want your clothes to smell a little bit better, don't forget you can dab a little bit of lavender oil or melaleuca oil onto the dryer ball, and then boom, 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 around it goes. All right? What about all the sprays, Windex, 409, Pine Sols, all that stuff? Oh my gosh. Just think of it if I said, hey, would you mind drinking that? Like just unscrew the little and right, and just, you would never do it ever. Yet guess what? When you spray your counter or you spray your windows, and you can smell that chemical clean smell, right? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the moment you smell something, it's already in your system. The only way to smell is a chemical reaction that takes place with the olfactory nerve between the nasopharynx and your brain. So you got to get the chemicals in you to smell them. So once they're in you, they're in you. Most glass cleaners, Windex, 409, all that stuff, have massive amounts of chemicals that damage your nerve tissues. Many of them contain ammonia, which is actually toxic. So what do we do instead? A, get a glass spray bottle, fill it with water, vinegar, and lemon juice. You want the water to be roughly 90% of the bottle. And then you do about a 1/4 cup of vinegar and about a tablespoon or 2 of lemon juice. And then, and I kid you not, streak-free works just as good, and it's non-toxic. It kills things. The vinegar can kill viruses and bacteria and stuff. So if you want to spray your countertops, good. And now it's not full of bleach and other stuff and things, okay? There are a tremendous amount of resources available for you on holistic, non-toxic, pre-made products, including different companies. And I don't have enough time to sit here and list them all because today there are billions of alternative products that are available for glass cleaners, dryer sheets, pre-made. Listen, it's easy to make your own though. You don't have to spend a ton of money. How much is a glass water bottle? $4 or $5? How much is water? Should be free in your house, but you know you pay for it. I get it. But vinegar, cheap, lemons, you already got them. So just and you've got your own glass cleaner. How hard is it to get a dryer ball of wool? Easy. How about some baking soda, vinegar, and a sponge? Simple. How about cheesecloth, bay leaves, cinnamon, and a little rosemary and lavender? Easy. I mean, this is simple stuff. Coconut oil, you probably already have it. Just massage your dogs and your cats with it. 1 teaspoon per 20 pounds of dog or cat. Hopefully you don't have a cat that weighs 20 or 30 pounds. It'd be a big cat, wouldn't it? And you got all the do-it-yourself home recipes for insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, glass instead of plastic. Remember that? No plastic on you or in you. We don't want that. And make sure your house smells clean and vibrant and alive using essential oils through a diffuser, or you can sage your house, Palo Santo your house, or just simply open the windows, especially now. Let the air flow through. The outside air is cleaner than the inside air, guaranteed. The EPA says your house is probably more toxic inside than out. So you got to just blow the air around, right? Turn your fan on when you're not at home. Let the air circulate with the window open, and you'll be good to go. So guys, that's it. Better living through chemistry? I don't think so. We want the chemicals out. If you need some assistance on detoxing, cleansing, cleaning, join me for my webinar on the 3rd of October. It's in 2 weeks, 704-906-2094. The number again, 704-906-2094. I'll give it to you a couple more times until someone calls. 704-906-2094. 704-906-2094. There's a call. And how about a text? 704-906-2094. Name and email. That's it. It's simple. 704-906-2094. There comes a text. I see the call lines lighting up. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next week for yet again another show on how to heal yourself. And for those of you who are registering, October 3rd, 10 a.m. in the comfort of your home is our next Heal Yourself webinar. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next week. Adios.